Alright, I think they can hear me. Might be... No, I'm... Huh. Yeah, that's fixable for sure. Once I've got too many things to sort out here. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Sorry, I'm trying to get Game Boy's audio here, and I'm not seeing an option to let him come through. No, that shouldn't. I'm seeing you talking in Discord. I'm seeing the green light light up, but the OBS should be capturing my speaker output. You're not coming through my speaker, and I don't know why. Well, and I'm hearing you through my phone, but I'm also connected on another account through my computer, so I don't know why you're coming to my computer. Mm-hmm. It is very odd. Sorry about all this this mess. Um, Kind of hard to talk about the race while you're trying to troubleshoot. We could just restart it once we get it sorted out. I may need to just close Discord and open it back up again. I don't know if that's gonna. Actually, let's try that. Okay. Can you hear me? And I can't hear you still. Thanks, Shrike. We definitely need it. It's almost certainly not a Gambit issue. It's
All right, let's see.
Oh,
People
there
hear
we
me
go.
now.
There we go. Yes, yes. Sorry about the echo there for a second, but I think we can hear you now. Big Slimoo can hear you. Oh, okay, then that's just really weird.
It's like I was there. I don't know. I think it.
Okay. It's a mixer issue then. Okay. Um, okay, I figured it out. All right, test again. Do we want to just restart the run? And the timer still says 0. False start. Good learning experience. Sorry, everybody. Wait, really? Can anybody hear Gambit right now? Let's. Huh. Where on earth is. Well, it sure is. It is. We're learning. Learning on the job. This is why I don't usually restream. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I was getting you guys music to listen to while we were waiting. We can even do. Music's too loud. All right, thank you. Oh, I didn't change scene. All right, say something.
All right, testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Chat, can you hear me now? I can hear myself. I can hear myself on the stream. Chat, can you hear me?
It only took 10 minutes.
Good evening, chat. How are you? This has been such a fun time. I had so many good jokes. There was a laugh.
You guys missed the best commentary of all time, actually. And I was too distracted to enjoy it.
We're saying the music is still a little bit too loud.
Oh, that's.
So we can turn that down. We're gonna flop back over to the actual correct scene here in a second and restart this race. I'm gonna go to my intro again while we get that set up. Good evening, everybody. My name is Kigalas. I am joining you for this late night / early morning DW Randomizer action between fcoughlin and Kigalas in the Druin group. I am joined by our man doing all the tech stuff on the back end. It is the wonderful comedy triplet of Zarnax 42, Zarnax 42, and Zarnax 42. You have heard Zarnax figuring out all the tech stuff. We are hopefully going to get an actual podcast going for you here in a minute now. And yeah, a couple things we saw. As everybody saw, we started with Hurt More. We had some not so decent items to start with, and our runners were making the most of it. So, and am I talking too fast, or am I just not loud enough? That's going to be the question.
I think the other audio was the music was a little too loud.
Music was too loud. That's why y'all couldn't understand me. Gotcha. Thank you so much. Sometimes when I get on a roll, you know, I just kind of ramble on, which is perfectly fine. But as mentioned before, we are doing a Druin group podcast of Fred Coughlin versus Kigalas. We are going to
kick it off right now.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and just kick it right off. I mean, everyone's already kind of seen the first 10 minutes, but it's perfectly fine. It's all good. Let's just go for it. So yeah, Fred Coughlin, Kigalas, both doing strength HP builds. Level 1 Hurt More, 22 HP, 8 MP. So we can go ahead and cast at least 1 Hurt More, which will probably help us with getting levels pretty darn quick. I didn't quite see what level we got to in the false start. Don't forget the timers, Arnex.
Got it. Gonna start it when it hits 30 seconds.
Okay, that sounds good. So we had a torch and we had some gold in the treasury, or not treasury, in the throne room. So nothing really helpful there. And unfortunately, the runners are going to get outside. They're going to see a town and they're going to go, oh my gosh, I can use that money right away. And it's going to be Hawksnest and they're going to be very sad. And I think that sums up the first 8 minutes for the most part. No, this was not a live race. This is not a live race. This is a vodcast. I don't actually know what day this race originally was on. Do you know that, Zarnax?
This was run on August 6th. The records are accurate for that day.
Gotcha. So August 6th. So about 8 days ago. We've got quite a few of these vodcast type races. We as much as the Restream crew loves to put on races, we're not able to get to all of them. Sometimes there's time crunches. Sometimes there's just not enough channels to go around. Yeah, so this is going to be one of those podcasts. There's going to be probably loads more in the next couple of weeks. So definitely keep an eye out on DW Randomizer for these podcasts. And as LZ Cards fan saying, imagine if this was a live race. We would have had to roll a completely new seed, and the runners would have been very mad to lose their early Hurt More. Honestly, if it was a live race, we probably just would have kept going through the issues and dealt with it on the back end. But anyway, Kigalas found out it was Hawksnest, made it back to the castle, and is now going to work on trying to grind to get to level 2. Fred Coughlin is already up to level 2. And we will pop those stats up here momentarily. Fred got there before getting sent home by Imagine Wyvern with Hurt More. And it's going to take out this ghost. And Joy's a... Wow, okay. My Discord's going crazy because of a different server I'm in. Anyway, so Blue Dragon's on the spike tile in Hawksnest, as Kigalas found out, and is still stuck at level 2, not level 3, unfortunately. He wishes he was at level 3, but unfortunately not quite there yet. Fred Coughlin, however, is on level 3, and we see it is 6, 4, 4, 2, no new spells, but we've already got Hurt More. What other spells do we need? We don't need any more spells in Hurt More. See, the slime agrees. The slime has Hurt More. That's something you never want to see. A slime with Hurt More. That's a little scary. Kigalas is getting sent back home once again. In the meantime, Fred Coughlin does take out the slime. Does not see the Hurt More. We'll have to see if that comes back to bite him in the rear end later on. Runs away from the poltergeist, and we see a cave at the bottom of Fred Coughlin's screen. See if Fred's going to make a beeline for it. Nope, looks like either isn't seeing it or wants to check over in this mountainous or hill region over here. Finds a Magic Drake. Hey, that's my group. What am I doing in this race? I'm not supposed to be here. In the meantime, Kigalas does get to level 3. Actually gets a lot more than level 3. Goes all the way up to level 4 there, judging by those numbers. Is going to probably hop back in, get a refill on MP and go back out. Magic Drake's no baby breath. That sounds about right considering. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil the seed I had today. It's worthy of a go look. I promise. Fred Coughlin needing 1 XP to get to level 4. It's probably going to try to find one of those blue slimes. Kigalas heading back out after refilling the MP, and it's probably going to be kind of trying to find a little bit more of these enemies we can fight. I'm actually a little shocked that they're not going after those poltergeists. I know we're still early level. We've got to hurt more. We want to get some higher tier enemies, but those poltergeists are still pretty good at this low level. It's good unless you can find Metal Scorpions. Metal Scorpions are a heck of a lot better. Regular Scorpion for Fred Coughlin over here in Hoxness. Hoxness is going to get level 4 off of that. Kigalas getting level 5. 10, 5, 1, 5. No new spells still. We're level 5. We still only have Hurt More. And as I said, what more do we need?
I think Hurt More is plenty right now. I think Angel is being a saint, taking the tracker off my hands, and that was more. I was biting off a bit more than I could chew there. So I'm finally watching the stream, so that's a plus.
That's a very, very good thing. Kigalas found the cave that was on Fred's stream very shortly, and it looked like it was Swamp South. If I was to make it was either Swamp South or it was Tablet, one of the two. I'm not sure which, but where Kigalas finding another cave, it is the freebie cave. Let's see what we've got. It is a wonderful silver harp on Kigalas' side. That's going to be a nice little pickup. It's always good to find the harp before you find the harp turning cave. So, yeah, probably very happy to see that. Both runners making very, very good use of that Hurt More spell. That's going to be another level for Kigalas. 6163. Hey, we finally learned the spell. Unfortunately, it's returned. And by the way, there's Charlock. Oh, hey, Druins know Hurt More. Have we found an enemy in the seed yet that doesn't know Hurt More?
A couple, I think.
There's Fred's going to go ahead and take out a knight. It's going to pick up level 7. That is 1. That is 1. That is 10. That is 0. And still no spells. All the spells are hiding at 16, huh? Is that how we're going to be today? Okay, 16. Kigalas, unfortunately, hitting another Druin. Does survive the Hurt More, though, and takes it out for another 14. That feels a little bit, bad, but, hey, we'll get there. It looks like Kigalas is going to try to make a run off to the east here, see if we can get through this desert and see if there's anything over here that's going to be a worthwhile anything, and runs into the knight that gets sent home. Lots of back attacks, lots of Hurt More stuff, and ironically enough, not too many deaths. You got 4 on Fred Coughlin's side, and you got 4 on Kigalas' side. It feels like it'd be a lot more considering kind of what's going on, but both runners making very, very good work so far of the seed and kind of the things in it. So
yeah, low MP and no healing both can make for a tricky start sometimes, especially if there are no good Hurt More targets.
Hey, we found an enemy that doesn't know Hurt More. It's the Warlocks. Unfortunately, they know DL2 breath, so well, it looks like Fred is thinking about trying to go after this blue dragon again, or no, it looks like we might be just trying to do a grind in Hoxness. That's probably not a bad idea. There's some good enemies in here. And again, the level we're at, we're still going to be able to get some good experience from stuff down here, so not necessarily a bad idea. And both of them doing very well with their respective kind of enemies here, keeping very close on the experience. I think Kigalas has about a 30 experience lead. Nope, take that, about a 10 experience lead. Well, now it's 50 because Kigalas going to kill Axe Knights and Hawksnest. That's what Fred Coughlin has been looking for. That is an amazing thing to find. That's going to get Fred up to level 8, and we have 8, 9, 12, 5, and heal and stop spell. Heal is wonderful. Heal is probably something they are really been looking for, and definitely happy to see that.
Absolutely. I mean, if he can get back to those Axe Knights, I am in no hurry to move on if I am Fred right now.
Yeah, the problem is having to kind of deal with everything else that was in there. There were the Druins that have hurt more. Looks like there was at least one other thing that I saw that he ran from. So not necessarily going to be an economical grind, but still might not be a bad idea to kind of stick around and get in there a little bit more. But Fred's pushing out. Fred's saying, hey, look, I can heal. I'm going to go out there. We have a cave. I believe that was the one that Kigalas found, that I believe is either Swamp South or Tablet. We'll have to see. Well, Fred is unfortunately not going to get there because he gets stopped by the Fun Police. In the meantime, Kigalas finds a rogue scorpion and takes it down. That is a great find. A good 70 experience there. Kigalas seems quite content to grind up in this little desert here. I say little, it's a rather big desert, but very happy to take out these wolves, take out these rogue scorpions. Again, with hurt more early, not a bad idea to grind up and just let's get our levels now before we start pushing out too far. Especially in Kigalas' favor with the harp already in hand. No worries about, we've got a homework item. The seed's been a rough start as it was. Let's get some levels before we push.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of. I always get antsy when I sit grinding if I know there might be something just off screen, but it's almost never a wrong decision to just get experience if it's early in the game and there's a good place to do so.
Ooh, Magic Wyverns know sleep. They also know hurt more. We've seen them hurt more before, so they do have a wombo combo. Kigalas getting lucky, does get away, or not necessarily get away, but wakes up and gets a hurt more off. It's out of resources though. It's going to be let the wolf send them back home to refill.
Looks like Fred found the grave and first chest on the top floor.
Say armor, fighter ring, torch. Torch is nice.
That's one of those little things that makes me hesitant to just park and grind. Exactly what I was talking about. That could be a huge advantage, depending on how long it takes Kigalas to find that.
Yep, so Fred putting on the fighter's ring, Fred now with the armor. That means all these swamps that we're seeing is going to be absolutely no problem for Fred. He's just going to be like, swamp up swamp. It's fine, whatever.
Yes, Angel, the armor and fighter's ring both in the grave.
Fred using that torch immediately, probably going to help him get back to those stairs. Yep. And there's another town. Let's see what we have here. We have Breck.
I mean, when you got no weapon and no shield, it's got some potential value.
Yep, it's looking like a copper sword buy on Fred Coughlin's side. Definitely like to see that. That's going to up our attack power quite a bit. Kigalas, in the meantime, is going to take out this werewolf with a hurt more. Kind of keep working. It's already up to level 9. We missed the actual numbers for the level, but looks like a modest HP gain, and it's nothing else.
Looks like 03111.
Yeah, but Kigalas is using that heal spell to great effect here. Comes across under Warlock. I don't think Kigalas has seen that the Warlock has DL2 breath, because just attacking straight up. Thankfully, he was able to get it down before it decides to be mean. And Kigalas finds Breck as well as sees the cave that we know of there is grave. We'll have to see if Kigalas makes a run into it and comes across that armor himself.
Yeah, I can't imagine that he won't.
In the meantime, we have level 9. It was 31101, and the spell is sleep, I believe.
Yes. Fairy water, another good possible reason to spend a little bit of time in Breckenary, especially if you wanted it at the end game and Cantlin is not convenient. I think Breck gets a bad rap.
So here I was thinking Breckenary was only good for the Motel 6 and getting uncursed if you accidentally curse yourself.
Nah. I mean, it's never exciting to find it when you're looking for, sword or armor, but it's not completely useless.
In the meantime, fcoughlin sees another town on his screen, runs into a metal slime. Metal slimes have stop spell. That is brilliant.
Marvelous.
Yeah, it's going to be... Now, Fred's probably just hoping, hey, stick around long... Well, okay, no, they have baby breath. Baby breath is not bad. Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. We've got the HP to deal with baby breath right now.
And Erdrick's armor.
Yep, and gets the metal slime down for the 255. That was brilliant. And finds Rimmildar. That's going to be some keys.
The seed is starting to look a little bit on the fast side.
Yeah, but Kigalas does manage to get through, finds the armor, finds the fighter ring. It's going to pick up that third chest, which I believe was a torch. Yep. And that's about all we can do right now, because Kigalas does not have keys at the moment. Fred is going to grab the keys, head back out, go back in, check the 2-for-1 special. Here's hoping that it's everyone's favorite key refund of 1. It's a dragon scale. You don't hate to see it.
Brian makes a great point in chat. I think exploration is fairly even, and the experience differential is 1.
At Kigalas, though, using those fairy waters to good effect. He's going to use it to get the repel on himself and say, look, I want to push. I want to see what I can find. And I know now I'm damage breaking anything I don't really want to deal with. So everything that I come across, I can just hurt more and go. It's a case in point, that Rogue Scorpion. I mean, interesting would be, I know Kigalas hasn't seen it, but I wonder if Fred goes back to Breck, picks up some fairy waters, and goes back over to Hawksness and tries to go find those Axe Knights again. That would be interesting. In the meantime, 10 is 7, 5, 4, 1 in this spell of outside. But yeah, that would be an interesting idea. Using the fairy water, going back into Hawksness and trying to see if you can't find those Axe Knights and just use those. fcoughlin using everybody's favorite strategy of just crit.
Just crit. Man, 2 metal slimes. That's crazy. But it looks like there are enough, like rogue scorpions and magic wyverns in particular. Great hurt more targets. You'll never miss. You'll never fail to kill. As long as you don't get ambushed, it's a guaranteed about 80 experience. And I mean, three of those will just about neutralize a metal slime. So it's not. I mean, 2 metal slime kills is super helpful, but definitely not game breaking in this seed. The way everything's rolling.
Yeah, see, they're kind of flip-flopping on the experience here. One going ahead and the other going ahead. Like, as you're saying, having hurt more, really a game changer, because you can go out and you can say, okay, with the exception of, Fun Police, Golem, Stoneman, you can hurt more pretty much everything else. And right now with our HP up where it is, up in the upper 80s already, we can survive pretty much a punch from a couple things that we need to hurt more twice, such as an AK or possibly a green green dragon or a blue dragon if we get lucky enough to hit it with the hurt more. So definitely leveraging that very well. Kigalas making a run, finds the southeast corner of the map.
Yeah, this is interesting. I don't like with all everything he was killing, and see he's out of MP. He can't kill anything else. I'm a little surprised he tried to explore that low on MP with an inn right behind him before he started branching out. There's just so much experience to be had, and if you run out of MP and don't happen across another inn, now he's losing time on potential experience.
True, but just think of the experience we're getting from, or not experience, but the exploration we're getting here.
Sure.
If we can push out, and again, we've got the heal walking thanks to the armor. But if we push out, we happen to find another town, say we find Grave or Cole, it could turn that, lack of being able to get too much experience into a boon if, say, you pick up the sword. Especially if you find that you end up
it's
at
certainly
dead end
possible. The rewards are kind of diminishing once you've got armor. I mean, certainly if he finds an inn, it can pay off big.
Meantime, we have the Metal Scorpion doing some dodging and getting away, but Kigalas says, no. You're going to be punched. Don't go away. And there's a town. Let's see what we've got. We have Cantlin. So here's the bad thing for Kigalas. Kigalas did not find Rimbaldar. Kigalas was probably about half a screen away and turned back. I don't know if he thought he'd already explored over there or what was going on, but did not find Rimbaldar, did not pick up any keys. Whereas fcoughlin does have keys, and when he gets up here, he'll be able to go check coordinates immediately. Fred also happened to pick up a hand axe at some point, which... yay for attack power. But I can't tell if Fred is trying to grind in that desert or is just kind of stutter stepping a little bit while trying to update his own tracking information. Or mapping information, as the case may be.
He's not going back and forth in the desert, so it doesn't look like a grind. Looks like he's following in Kigalas' footsteps.
Yeah, which means he's going to find Cantlin here momentarily, and currently still has the MP to burn, so is not worried too much about that front. We'll be able to pick up those coordinates pretty darn quick. Oh, that's a golem over on Kigalas' side. Can we get away? We can. We run away from the golem into the arms of a green dragon. I mean, if I'm these runners, I'm remembering this swamp for later on in the seed because green dragons, golems, and werewolves, that's a nice little grind swamp right there.
Yeah. Yeah, if there is no... Well, we haven't seen the spike in Hawksnest yet, have we?
Yes, we have. It's a blue dragon, and no one has gone back for it yet.
Yeah, okay.
Also, Kigalas, you're letting us down, not checking the Sparkle Bridge. Shame.
It could have been this seed.
There's level 11, 9, 5, 10, 9, Radiant. Fred had already got there while we weren't paying attention. Kigalas is still pushing forward. Kigalas have no fear on this one, just saying, you know what, I'm just going to push. I'm going to take this and I'm going to run. And doing a great job of it right now.
Yeah, 53 agility, you're in pretty good shape to run from everything except the top couple enemies.
Yeah, I believe we have found the northeast portion of the map as well. So Kigalas has gone from southeast to northeast in one fell swoop. In the meantime, fcoughlin, I don't think
Speaking of
Fred
fell
made
swoops,
Yeah, Fred, I don't think made it to Kaelin. Never picked up those coordinates. That could be huge for Kigalas.
Yeah, he didn't make it all the way to the east before he turned north. He saw a little desert that invited him to take a little bit of a different path, and yeah, but he's got the keys, so he can do some things that Kigalas can't still.
Yep, and that is a gold chest in the top left chest there in the treasury. That is a gold grind unlocked. Have we seen a silver shield though? That's going to be the question.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
In the meantime, Kigalas is going to continue kind of pushing back to the west here. Has explored all up in that top corner, has found nothing that we haven't already seen. So I'm going to push back to the east, see what we can find. In the meantime, Fred Coughlin's going to show us what is underneath Tentagel today. It is... that would be Mountain Cave.
So he's found grave, found mountain cave. There are not many locations outside of Shylock remaining.
Yep, and to answer a question in chat, yes, this is a vodcast. This race was originally run back on the 6th of August. Yeah, there's enough of us West Coasters who love DWR that you'll find a lot of vodcasts around this time, usually starting anywhere between midnight to 1:30 in the morning. Those West Coasters like me like to stay up and call one of these. Kigalas finding Tablet Cave is going to be able to tell us here in a minute what the... well, Ari went down there. I forget. I didn't see what he saw. I don't think it was anything important though, because I didn't see anything pop up on the tracker. And yeah, Harp was in Grave, and Fred does have Harp.
He does not.
Oh no, Fred doesn't have Harp. Where was Harp? Harp was in oh god, I don't remember where Harp was. It was something easy though.
I don't think I was able to watch the stream when that happened. But yeah, I know he doesn't have it.
Yeah, Harp was pretty close to home. Yes, Collins says already. We've already restarted the VOD once. Don't make us turn this VOD around and start and go home. Oh, Fred Coughlin with the Mountain Cave gold grind. Look at this. That is brilliant. Fred saying, you know what, I'm here. Let's go ahead and get this gold grind. We're going to probably see him go up to Silver Shield money and then go save. And I'm willing to bet we're going to run back over towards Breck and possibly even over towards Rimbledar and see if there was Silver Shield over there. Kigalas, in the meantime, getting sent home by a red dragon. Fun Police strikes again. Yeah, I know Harp was somewhere close to... Yeah, no. Fred's got the Harp. No, he doesn't.
No.
I keep thinking it's Grave, but Grave is Armor, Fighter's Ring, and Torch.
Right.
So it wasn't Grave.
It probably was Bonus Cave, the Vanilla Stones of Sunlight.
It was. That's what it was. It was Vanilla Stones of Sunlight, and Fred has not seen it. Answer question in chat. No one's watching the race. We're all sleeping. We're all sleep typing on Twitch because we like having sleeping streams. In the meantime, Kigalas is finding coal. Well, there's a big boomstick. Kigalas is very happy now. At this point, I don't think there is... Yeah, there's nothing that scares Kigalas at this point. And there's Garanham. Kigalas, once again, in a bad spot right here, does not have keys. So Garanham's going to be great to top off on herbs and maybe pick up a couple torches, but not going to be able to search the back.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest difference in this race right now is just having keys. The order of finding things when you find everything else before keys versus finding keys before everything else. Everything there's one experience apart again, but that exploration advantage for Kigalas is nullified in large part by Fred's keys.
Kigalas checking the Sparkle bridges, and we have a Trakiba there. Maybe that's it. Nope.
You'll love to see it.
That's
Thank
a
you,
rare
Kigalas,
double Sparkle.
for indulging streams meme dreams.
Yeah, so Kigalas now finding the jerk back there. We know where Sharlock is. Sharlock is actually pretty darn close to home. So Jerk is probably about as far away from Sharlock as you can find, unfortunately. And it looks like Kigalas is going to head back through the swamp cave here. And we find a blue dragon. This was not the spike tile. I can't tell if Kigalas is going for the spike tile or if he's heading back to the exit. Meantime, at some point, Fred picked up level 12, and we didn't see it. But look at that HP number, 107 already, and 81 MP. We've got the HP and MP already to maybe make him run into Dragon Lord. Not anything else yet, but there you go. Kigalas is going to show us as we get 1, 0, 14, and 35. Gotta love seeing that. So Fred, in the meantime, is approaching Cantlin once again. We'll see it for the first time, hopefully. I don't think anything's going to knock him backwards this time. Kigalas, in the meantime, coming back out Swamp, is going to be kind of checking around things. For his sake, I hope he goes back southwest sometime soon and finds Rimbledar, because that's going to be big for him.
Yeah, he is very clearly fretting about that. Both of them are exploring a lot. The MP was low for a long time, so exploration, especially Kigalas' exploration, but both of them have covered a lot of ground, and have to feel pretty good about what they've done so far. But I think if I'm Kigalas, I'm starting to worry about my key situation.
If I'm Fred Coughlin, I'm saying, hey, just give me all these metal slimes. That one unfortunately gets away from him, but already with 2 metal slime kills this seed and shooting for more.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything, if I'm Fred playing this seed, that I am worried about right now. I think he might feel like he's actually in a bigger lead than he is even. For the most part, things have gone really well, and there haven't been any major setbacks, I think.
In the meantime, Fred finally finding Cantlin is going to go ahead and pick up the large shield. Not a bad idea right here. Still haven't found a silver one at the current moment, so still holding on to all that gold. Hasn't died with it yet, which is absolutely brilliant. I would have died long ago with that. Meantime, Kigalas has refound Sharlock. Says, I'm missing a couple of homework items. I'll be back later. And Fred is going to go check these coordinates.
Okay. I was just talking about what Fred might be feeling. He missed, what did we see? 36 and 8? I didn't see the directions.
36 north, 8 east, I believe.
Okay. The one thing that Fred has seen that he might be nagging him in the back of his mind is Hawksness. If he finds out that blue dragon, he hasn't seen Erdrick's sword yet, so he could be thinking that it was possible to get that search tile much earlier than he will end up doing, and if that ends up being a key item, especially the sword, that's the one thing I can think of. Right? as a spectator trying to put my mind in the runners' heads, that one might make him feel a little bit wary of his position in the race.
Chat pointing out it was 3 east, not 8. My apologies. And also pointing out that we might need a boat to get to those coordinates, because I think we only have about 10 or 12 squares north before we hit ocean. So that coordinates might actually be on the second continent. Could we see a fcoughlin save here?
Yeah. It's is it something that you could eyeball? Is there land on the other side that you could?
I did not see. I don't think anyone walked all the way up to the very north face, so I'm not sure if you can see land from the other side. But I don't know if you can gap count it. You might be able to. I mean, that second continent looked tiny as it was, so it's entirely possible that those coordinates are literally like one step south of Swamp Cave, or even on the Swamp Cave spot itself.
Yeah, unless it's just the widest, like a river that you can't see the other side of. I think I would try to just mark it from one side of Tanagel, go through swamp, and pick it back up on the other side.
So I want to point out, slimes in this seed have been deadly. The regular slimes, no DL2 breath, and the red slimes, no hurt more. and the metal slimes, no baby breath. So all the slimes have something horrible. And Brian Williams in chat letting us know red slimes have sleep as well. So
they want to grow up to be Magiwyverns.
I gotta love that sequence of events when you get slept by a red slime, get hurt more by a red slime, and then the red slime attacks you once for damage and runs away. Now, that's something you don't see anyway. But Kigalas finding Rimbledar, finding keys. This is big for Kigalas. The unfortunate thing is going to be
he's got a lot of overworld to walk through a second time.
Yeah, Grave is such a long way away through that swamp cave, and Fred's going to be able to find it a lot faster. Oh, pardon me. Fred's gonna be able to find it a lot faster once he finds Swamp Cave. He's already got the keys, should be able to get through there. But I can't tell if Fred's in the right place for Swamp Cave. I remember that it was in the middle of nothingness, but not like desert nothingness, plains nothingness. But we'll have to see. In the meantime, fcoughlin taking on some more werewolves. Kigalas has jumped back into the experience lead, but not by much now. Kigalas heading back to Tantagel. Is going to immediately use those keys, check the treasury. Probably going to be sorely disappointed that there's really nothing of note except for some gold in it. That said, we're going to be very happy to head into the basement and see that it's Mountain Cave. So we'll be able to pick up those 5 chests. We do have the gold grind down there as well. So I'll be interested to see if Kigalas decides to gold grind and go after better shield. That'd be the only thing that there's to gold grind for Kigalas.
Yeah.
In the meantime, NPC is playing the part of best defender today.
So Fred's got the token. Kigalas has the silver harp. Nobody's got the stones yet. There seem to be actually more locations than I realized that neither of them have found. What are we still missing?
Honestly, I think the stones have to be either Hawk's Nest or a search spot. Because
have we seen? So yeah, all 3 search spots are still open, right? We haven't seen coal or
No,
coordinates.
we've seen coal.
Oh, we have. Okay.
Coal is a sword.
Okay.
Yeah, coal is a sword. We have not seen a deep dive of grave. So there's 2 chests in grave. There's the back of Garanham,
Which was harp trade in.
And then there's, as I said, the overworld coordinates and the Hawk's Nest. Those are the only 4 places left.
Okay.
Well, the good news about Brian Williams in the chat saying, ideally you save Garanham for last. The good news about that is the fact that Garanham is right next to the Jerk Cave. So you get to Garanham, you'll go underneath, you'll find that it's harp turned in. You'll turn into harp, you'll exit Garanham, you'll walk to the east about 4 steps into another cave, and it's the Jerk Cave. So, yeah, they're very close in proximity today. The only thing that would make it any better would be if the stones happened to be in the back of Garanham. Honestly, I'm still just waiting for the seed where you have the token, the harp, and the stones in the 3 chests in the back of Garanham. Garanham basement is harp turn in, and then Tangential basement is Jerk, and Sharlock is right outside of Tangential.
Level 1 hurt more.
Exactly. Hey, everything's right here. We're good to go. Let's do this. Kigalas remembering where Garanham was and immediately uses, gets back to the swamp cave, uses outside to get back out and it over towards Garanham. It's going to pick up level 13. Fred's already got it, but we're going to see it here. It is 14, 4, 13, 15. Heal more. That was a nice level.
Yeah. Interesting note, it doesn't look like Kigalas had the overworld search spot in mind, but when he went through Swamp Cave.
Kigalas has not gone back to Cantlin to get the coordinates.
Oh, I'm mixing. That's right. Only Fred has coordinates. That's
Correct.
a good reason for Kigalas to ignore the coordinates.
Yeah, I wanted to bet Swamp Cave was closer to home than Cantlin was. There's a fairy water. There is an herb, and there is the fairy flute. So Hawk's Nest or Church Style.
Yeah, that's about as big a dud as it could have been.
I don't know. If we end up going back through Swamp and the Spike Tiles and Golem, that could be big for Kigalas. Just use that flute, put it to sleep, and that's a nice little grind.
I'm not a fan of a flute grind. Not unless you've got speed hacks. Even with the 350 experience, they've got so much HP. Hurtmore never works on them. It's there's almost always a better grind than a golem grind, unless it's got something that makes you not need the flute.
I don't know. When you got the big stick, and considering we have 120 HP, pretty easy just to flute it, attack, flute, attack, and you're not using too much resources. Looks like both runners going straight back after Hawk's Nest, so. Question in chat: if Death Necklace is on coordinates, do you try to grab it? At the moment, no. However, depending on what our HP growth looks like at levels 14, 15, quite possibly. I mean, none of the rest of our stats right now is good, to say the least. I mean, we are doing damage to the Dragon Lord. Granted, it's 5 to 11, but we are doing damage. But we've got crap strength, crap ability, crap defense. It is the Death Necklace on the Hawk's Nest, so makes it for a moot point because, yeah, Stones is on the search tile on the overworld. Man, I kind of wanted Fred to search that Sparkle Bridge, even though we knew it couldn't be it. Okay, that looks like it might be countable without Gwaylin. Now, Fred has not seen Swamp yet, so Fred has no idea how to get there at the current moment. But when Fred gets there, that might be countable.
Yeah. It certainly looks it. And that's exactly what he's setting up.
Yeah, this is going to be a situation where you're going to have to walk a lot farther east than you want to be able to see the island above. And then count it back the other way. But yeah, I firmly believe we see Fred Coughlin trying to go around. That search spot is definitely on that second continent, and it's a tiny continent, so it's going to be rather easy to find. Hopefully, once you get there.
Yeah, chat pointing out that the princess is close enough that the rescue doesn't really feel bad, and it looks like Fred knows that.
Well, Fred hasn't seen Swamp yet, so might know the princess is not that big of a rescue thing, but has not found Swamp, so has not had a chance to get through. I believe this is Swamp, though. I think this is Swamp South. Fred using outside almost immediately, I think. Yep, there it is. Going to find Garanham, going to find Cole, going to find Jerk Cave.
Will he pick up his count?
That is the question. I believe that little corner right there where Swamp Cave was, that was what we could see from the other side.
Is it, or was it desert? I thought it was desert to the north.
No, it was plains that I saw. Yeah, so I honestly believe that little corner right where Swamp was is where we saw from the other side. So probably that little mountain range. Brian Williams saying there was a dash of swamp. Plains with a dash of swamp. So about to see if Fred goes back down in that direction, if we see if that was indeed it. But Fred finding Cole, picking up the sword, finding Garanham, is about to go into the back of it, find the absolute duds of everything, and does not have the harp yet. So Kigalas is about to go pick up coordinates for himself. This is really still anyone's race. I mean, they're still very close on XP. Only a 300 lead for Kigalas. Both has something the other doesn't, and yeah, this is going to be interesting here. Yeah, Big Sun Moon chat pointing out it's not really a time loss for Fred without the harp, because you've got to come back here for Jerk anyway. Once you get the stones, as you see Fred double checking, saying, "Yep, no, I do not have the harp. Let's move on. Go check the cave. It's going to be Jerk. Fred's going to have the knowledge. Unfortunately, just doesn't have the items. Whereas in this case, Kigalas is about to have the items." So Kigalas just picked up coordinates and knows for a fact, hey, this has got to be on second continent. We'll have to see if Kigalas goes for the Gwaylin play, or if decides just to go straight to that second continent and say, hey, can I find it? Actually, no, Kigalas is going for the spike.
Brian Williams. Love when people do the Abe Simpson in Jerk Cave. I love it.
Oh yeah. Fred Coughlin is searching the second continent. Says, "Hey, I think it's over here somewhere. Gotta find it here." I said, Kigalas doing the spike tile here. And it is blue dragons on both spike tiles, both here and Hawksness, so...
Yeah, I wonder if his plan is to burn through his MP and grind until he's low and then turn the princess in, or if he's just gonna pick her up and go straight home.
It's gonna be interesting to see. Fred casting outside goes back, or return goes back home.
He really doesn't want to rescue Gwaelin.
No, but he's trying to see. He's like, what can I see from here? He's pulling out his map, taking a look. That is, I don't know.
I don't think that's the Swamp North exit. That formation
no,
looks
not.
Looks too wide.
And I don't think it might not be the second continent. There might be some long roundabout way around that we need to go. In the meantime, Kigalas has saved Gwaelin, is going to outside then return, and going to use Gwaelin's love, the Gwaelin positioning system, to hopefully help him find those stones, because we know that's it. Kigalas did grind up to 14 though, and wow, we had some massive number jumps.
And yeah, interesting. He left with 21 MP still. And yeah, Fred he saw that it wasn't a match, and I was about to say I thought he was gonna go get Gwaelin, but he's still trying to pick up his count, it looks like. Oh, man, it looks like there's an island in between first and second continent, and that's what we're seeing at the north side of the first. The island in between them.
Yeah, so I'm willing to bet there's some kind of long, winding path to get around over there. Or is it right over here? No, that's not the same formation.
No, I don't think the formation that Fred was looking at, I don't think it's an area that you can walk on. I think it's an island, and you may be able to piece it together if you take it.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
If you walk all the way south from the second continent, and all the way north from the first continent, you might be able to see both edges right where they overlap. It's close though.
I gotcha. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So that island down there that Fred just saw is a different island. It's just nothingness by itself.
Exactly.
That you can see from the top one. Gotcha. So in the meantime, Kigalas, already having the Gwaelin positioning system, is going to be able to walk over here and say, oh, already found it. Never mind.
Yeah, he's done all of his homework. Just needs to find a place to park and grind and get his stats. Which,
I mean,
really...
right here. Yeah, I mean, considering you're right next to Swamp, do you go after those blues? I mean,
do you go after anything? Look at those stats.
I think you go for one more level. I think everything's good, but it's a little too orange for my liking.
You're just in Death Necklace territory.
So yeah, that's, I think, exactly why you go one more.
138 AP with 12 heal mores. It's doable, but dicey.
Yeah, that's what I say. I think you go one more. See for if you can get like about a 10 HP gain to put you firmly in that Death Necklace territory, as well as a little bit more agility. I mean, 60 is goable. I mean, I've seen people do it for less. I've seen people win doing it for less. But yeah, I think you go for one more.
And man, while we're talking about that, Fred looked like he was going for Gwaelin and got killed by the blue dragon. I may have missed exactly what went on there.
Yeah, I believe that was it. And we see Swamp South is literally right underneath Tangential. We all must have just missed it, like very, very beginning of the seed, because it was just right there. But yeah, Fred looks like he is going for the Gwaelin positioning system. Kigalas, I believe, is in Swamp right now. Yep, Kigalas unfortunately getting lost in swamp, has to use the radiant to figure out where he was. Yeah, we're going to see Kigalas doing blues, and we're going to see fcoughlin getting Gwalin. Expect to see an outside followed by a return on fcoghlin's side here in just a second. In the meantime, this blue dragon is going to put Kigalas back in the XP lead, so once again, that's going to change hands. And yeah, this race has been anything if not back and forth the entire way.
Yeah, it's been fascinating. The exploration and the experience back and forths have been. I don't think anyone's ever. Yeah, neither of them have really had a lead at all until now. I would say Kigalas has a pretty decided advantage.
Yeah, Kigalas is going to be right there in swamp, can exit right back out using outside, hop into Cole and or Garanham, and heal up. But might not want to do that. Might actually want to walk it out or even cast outside in return, because if I remember right, Sharlock is south of Tantagel. It's not going to be on that second continent, so.
Fred finally gets Gwalin's love, gets through swamp, gathers his bearings, and
it's right next to Swamp North, right where I thought it was going to be. That's amazing.
Finally gets his stones.
Unfortunately for Fred, still doesn't have the harp.
But we know Kigalas got that really early, so it's got to be not far.
It's in the Vanilla Stones cave, and I want to say Fred's probably been close to it, but just hasn't quite been there.
Yeah, we'll see if he knows which parts of the map he hasn't covered yet.
Accidentally walks back in the swamp, says, "Hey, wait, no, this is not where I want to be." Yeah, I feel like Fred's going the right way. I believe this is where the Vanilla Stones cave was. If not, maybe this exact cave. Yeah, there it is. Now, if you're Fred, do you get this silver heart, seeing how close it was to home, and say, "Oh my goodness, how did I miss this? I got to go right now."
Yeah, I don't know. You definitely think about it.
Yeah, because as you were saying, 14, these stats, they're goable. It's not pretty, but they're goable. And if you're thinking that you might be behind, which at this point, unfortunately, Fred is, do you go?
It sure looks like he's thinking about it. Oh no, he just found Sharlock.
Fred hasn't been down here, so that's his first time seeing Sharlock, and says, "Okay, now I know where I'm going."
Yeah, he got a corner of the big C on screen and immediately turned around. He's heading in for his staff and his rainbow drop, and yeah, this will be some interesting decisions here.
Yeah, in the meantime, Kigalas picks up level 15. We have a decent jump in agility, up to 72, 11 MP, 9 HP. And that's about it.
Man, I think I have to dive right now.
I agree. If I'm Kigalas here, this is go. You've got to make the run at this point. You're doing 7 to 15 damage per swing. You've got, almost 15 heal wars in the bank? A little bit less?
13 plus 7 MP to burn on whatever else you might need.
Yeah, I think this is go level if I'm Kigalas. We'll have to see what Fred Coughlin thinks here, though. He's going to go ahead and grab his stuff. He's going to go grab the Rainbow Drop. And this one might come down to Sharlock.
Yeah, are there any enemies we haven't seen yet?
I have not seen any AKs.
I don't remember seeing a red dragon.
We've seen the Fun Fleas. Fun Fleas have sent both runners home before.
Okay.
Fred Coughlin saying, I am going to run over and do those blue dragons in Hawk's Nest. This is an interesting decision. Must not, again, we're only at the 59-minute mark. We're not that deep into a race. So Fred might not be thinking he's really that far behind. Meantime, Kigalas got ambushed by that stoneman, could not get away for a little bit. Thankfully does, and it looks like he'll be able to get through without having to burn any resources, but it's another one.
We never saw a silver shield, so only 76 defense. Repel's gonna do absolutely nothing in here. Nothing is defense broken, so if anything has sleep or a couple bad run fails, it's definitely a volatile dive, regardless of what's waiting for you.
Right on the hour mark, Kigalas getting through the secret passage in the first floor of Sharlock and making his dive. And there's our first Armor Knight. Armor Knight looks like they know Fight More, and we get away off the second run, so the Armor Knights know anything other than Fight More. We won't find out this time. We'll have to see if we get caught by another one later on.
Or not. I'd be just plenty happy not to not find out.
I think that's what Kigalas is saying, making some darn good walks down here, already in the U room, gets away from the blue. Fred is about 2 blue dragons away from 15, which I'd be willing to bet money Fred's going to go on 15.
Yeah, I don't think, if you haven't seen any Sharlock enemies with anything that scares you, I can't see a reason not to.
And chat discussing math on Death Necklace here is very close. I think I agree. I don't think you Death Necklace here. Yeah, you're only doing that 7 to 15. Whereas, putting Death Necklace on is going to bump that attack power to 141, which would give you 10 to 20. But the lowering of the HP, you drop down to that 97. That's a little iffy. It's a little dicey.
Yeah, I definitely can't do math fast enough to make a good decision. I probably would Death Necklace in this situation, and then, good chance I'd regret it. But it's definitely an interesting. It's fun to talk about the possibilities and how the math works out.
In the meantime, it is an Axe Knight on the spike tile down here. Kigalas finds. It's going to go ahead and burn or hurt more to get through this a little faster. Don't blame him. Got plenty of MP to spare at this point. And going to pop some herbs and talk to the Dragon Lord. And Kigalas is going to be the first one into the Dragon Lord fight. Dragon Lord's will offer to share to half the world. Kigalas is going to say no, be called a fool, and away we go. Meantime, Fred Coughlin is right behind, using the rainbow drop, about to enter Sharlock for his dive. One bad DL2 fight could change this race's hands very quickly.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We were talking so much early in the race about how big an exploration advantage Fred had because he had keys. And the way the world unwrapped for both of them just didn't quite work out. It looks like he's still, obviously, it's not quite a free fight for Kigalas, so the race isn't over.
Kigalas at 31 right now did take a look at his inventory, probably thinking about a death necklace, decides against it at 45 at the current moment. That's 56. 64. 75, so little less than halfway there. $87.
Yeah, I agree with Slamu. The fairy water. Fairy water is basically, I think it's effectively 133.5 attack power. So it's a slightly better damage range than his swings right now.
Currently sitting at 114. That's going to be 126. That's what you don't want to see, is a low roll.
126 and 40 plus magic remaining. Minimum swing of 8. That means this is a free fight now. He could mineral his way to victory.
Yeah, barring a miss menu, I believe Kigalas is going to have this. Fred Coughlin gets stuck by an Armor Knight. Has to burn a heal ward. Not really that big a deal right now. But Kigalas has done it, has defeated the Dragon Lord. Get your GGs out in chat for Kigalas 7-8 days ago, beating the Dragon Lord and winning this seed.
GG, well played.
We'll get an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 5 minutes, 44 seconds. Once again, get your GGs out for Kigalas. We would invite him in for an interview, but we've had to ask that question about 8 days ago, and yeah.
I did actually ask him if he wanted to commentate this race. He said he wanted to commentate it, or was interested in it, and he gave me the go-ahead to run it without him tonight. He's got to get up early in the morning.
It is Sunday night / Monday morning. It's actually Monday morning already, West Coast time. So yeah, I can understand that.
But yeah, any runners actually watching this, if you do not get a restream and are interested in commentating your own vodcast,
I just won somehow.
Basically, anytime if you look at a daily schedule and you see a time that a vodcast could go up where there's a restream not happening, you can always feel free to put your own teams together, and we can make it happen very easily. We're definitely making an effort to get streams live or vodcast, get caught up as much as possible, but the volunteer pool has, I mean, it's just, there are too many races. it's a Herculean task, and every little bit helps. So Gambit's put a ton of time in, so many thanks to you for all the restreams you've helped happen.
Of course. I believe Kigalas is giving us an interview via his stream from 8 days ago. Probably unmuted after it, so.
Oh, can you hear him? Is he talking now?
I believe chat is saying that we are hearing a Kigalas on stream. So.
I see.
In the meantime, Fred is getting to the spike tile, and it is an Axe Knight. It's going to use to hurt more. Again, we've got plenty of MP to spare. Fred Coughlin at this point has already definitely seen Kigalas' finish, so knows that he's already lost, but is saying, you know what, I'm here, might as well take out the Dragon Lord, because, you know, why not? And I don't blame him. Dragon Lord offers to share half the world. We say no. Dragon Lord calls us a fool. We say we pity the fool who calls us a fool and hits him for 41 damage. And Fred is going to use the Death Necklace. This is going to be fun. It. Now we get to see, okay, is it worth the HP loss here?
I say yes.
Alright, so Dragon Lord is down. Reveals his true form. We are at 97 hit points. We hit for 14 off the bat. And gets a low roll on the attacks right off the bat, too. That's beautiful. So we're at 31.
Yeah, the biggest concern in this fight is getting knocked down to really low HP and having a bad hurt more or a bad roll on heal more.
At 48 already, and we're barely 3 swings into this. 66. That is some big numbers we're seeing on Fred Coughlin's side here. And there's a min roll, 76. $91, and I believe the music is a little bit too loud according to chat.
Yeah, I turned it down. Let me know if it's still too loud.
102 at the current moment with 50 MP left, I believe. Barring a miss from you, I think Fred has this on lock. At 130 at the current moment. $149, so next hit should kill. Fred's not going to take any chances, does use the heal more. Don't blame him considering he just got attacked for 50.
Healed at 49, healed again at 47, and still has a heal more to spare.
Yep, 16 to 157. GG's out for Fred Coughlin. He's going to end up finishing this race in second, but boy, was this a very, very close one.
A fun thing we can do with this podcast.
Every time Fred's final time, race spot GG time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, 20 seconds. GG's again to Fred Coughlin, not only for finishing this race, but for all Fred does in the background, making sure that we are able to schedule things and get everything taken care of on the back end. Because without Fred's system, it would be so difficult for everyone to get their races scheduled, not to mention all of us volunteers trying to volunteer for stuff. GG's definitely to Fred Coughlin.
Absolutely. Trying to get Kigalas' stats here.
$55 hurt more, that sounds about right for a seed that we started with hurt more in level 1. 126 attacks, 8 deaths, 5 dodges, only 2 crits.
There we go.
$21 ambushes. That feels like it should have been a lot higher. I felt like I was seeing both runners just get ambushed left and right, but I guess not as bad as I thought it was. Let's see if we can get Fred's stats if Fred kept it live all the way up long enough to get to that point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. That's what I'm waiting for. But yeah, that was the whole middle of that race was there was just no way to tell who was gonna pull out ahead. The different exploration routes were, and while the experience, there were multiple times we looked at the experience and they were literally one apart.
Yeah, it was definitely a well-run race by both of them. One that just literally went back and forth the entire way through. While we're waiting for Fred's stats to get out there, I'm going to go ahead and go over our races tomorrow. We do have some set up for tomorrow. First one being at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. We have my wonderful co-coms, our next 42, taking on Ziggy. At 5 o'clock, we have our Barbaloot taking on Labado. At 7 o'clock, we got DK9146 taking on the Hungry Canuck. At 8 o'clock, we have a doubleheader of Angel FM and Sausage Link. And then we also have EMP, NEML, and Archfield Monk. At 9 o'clock, we have Yakko Wacko 20 taking on Earthside. And then at 9:30, we have JJ Smith taking on Vertical Sandwich. So definitely keep an eye out on the Discord as well as on the DWR Randomizer Twitch account and RPG Limit Break for any possible restreams. I know we're going to do our best to get that 8 o'clock one put on as a quadcast, I believe.
Yeah, thanks so much for running down that. And it was really funny that you called out the 21 ambushes. Look at Fred's screen.
Yep, 21 ambushes on Fred's side as well. Yeah, still 2 crits. So both of them tying crits, tying in ambushes.
Battle luck pretty even, looks like, across the board.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that really cost Fred in this race would have been the not being able to see that Stones Cave as early as Kigalas did. Allow Kigalas to be able to turn in the harp and get the jerk cave all in one swoop, whereas when Fred found it, he couldn't turn it in immediately.
And our question, no, we forgot to ask. Yeah,
our tracker bringing up the DL2 stats, 156. So Fred literally perfect bid to Dragon Lord 2 on that last swing. I just realized.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, he had a couple to spare, but yeah, great race. Thanks so much for joining me, Gambit.
Of course, thank you so much for putting in the call out there. That I could answer. I'm sorry we had some technical difficulties at the beginning and missed my comedy show, but it's fine. I'll get to it another day. It'll be okay.
Oh, I can provide a comedy of errors again someday, I'm sure.
Definitely want to give a shout out to Angel FM for hopping into the tracking room and making sure all the buttons were being lit up at the correct possible times.
Yeah, more help than I can possibly express. I am not capable of the amount of multitasking that I signed up for tonight.
But in the meantime, we will let you guys get some sleep. We will see everybody later on this afternoon for another wonderful, fun day of DWR Racing. Have a great rest of your morning, everybody.
Thank you so much for watching.